going on, guys? Natural pro bodybuilder Alex Walsh here with a car confessions, the incredible bulk series. We had a slight delay in some of the videos. I got in late. I came to visit someone very special, and I'm just gonna be upfront with you guys. It was phenomenal. I just got out of church. Yes, I'm a Christian. I go to church. I don't like to throw my religion on anybody or anything like that, or even politics. I like to keep a lot of that to myself, but just giving you some context. And man, it was such an incredible visit. I met an incredible woman, just out of nowhere too, man. I mean, you guys that have been seeing some of my videos, it's, I've had my ups and my downs, just talking to the wrong kind of people. And regardless of how this situation ends up, just being around somebody that's just so like-minded, that's just such a positive influence. I mean, she motivates the absolute hell out of me, man. Like, she just... I'm very excited and thankful to get to see what, I have this new amazing partner that I get to, experience things with, get to know, and I'm just super thankful. So yeah, if you see me cheesing or dressed up, that's why. I just got out of church and just had an amazing time. But anyhow, so we ended up training at a different gym. I wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to record, so I decided not to record any of that workout. So I figured I'd keep this a car confessions. But today, I will be recording my deadlifts. I get to deadlift, I believe, finally over 4 plates again. I mean, we've been going super slow. You know what I mean? I still think my deadlifts are probably in the low, probably mid fives. But just getting back into the groove with this new, very posterior chain dominant deadlift, we're going nice and slow. So I'm excited to kick some butt doing that. Sparkling water, it's not beer, I promise. But I'm gonna be doing that. It'll be a separate video, but that's just, man, I'm so thankful you guys just kept me in my place. I mean, you guys, you're the ones who really just pushed me through this, and seeing how everything kind of fell into play, it's just truly a blessing in a sense. From getting to watch the Olympia, that was so cool. Like, seeing Bumstead get number 5 was just that was so cool. You could tell he really wanted it, man. It was one of I didn't know he tore his lat 10 weeks out from the Olympia. Like, could you imagine, guys? Could you imagine tearing a pretty big muscle, and then still managing to come in super conditioned, super dry. You don't make any public, you didn't make excuses, and you just did the damn thing. You did the darn thing, right? You did it. And that's just so commendable, man. Gosh, it makes me respect Chris that much more. I knew he had some mental health, and I knew he had some predisposed, I think, heart conditions, because he's had issues, right? He's had issues. But just seeing the heart of a champion, man, gosh, that motivates the heck out of me. For the open bodybuilding, I'm not a huge open bodybuilding fan anymore, man. I still think guys like Phil Heath and all them were still awesome, man. Like Phil Heath and Kai Green, like Dennis Wolf, like those guys, man. I miss that, I miss seeing that battle of Kai and Phil. And what's kind of unfortunate, at the time, I think we underestimated the rivalry or the camaraderie that it brought. So it's kind of boring, the Hottie thing. I mean, Hottie was never really, he looks okay. I mean, he looks great for an open bodybuilder, but it's just not. He's not a Phil Heath. He's not a Kai Green. It's not a Jay Cutler, not a Ronnie Coleman. So it's a little underwhelming. Derek Lunsford looks great. I mean, but he's not a really strong Olympian champion, as I would say. He can't do a really good ab and thigh pose. He has a hard time like he just looks like a small bodybuilder. You know what I mean? Like he's not a freak. Like he's freaky, but he's not that wow factor, man. It's not the gift. So I really was just more excited about seeing Classic this year. Also, shout out to Ryan Terry, 10 years and finally got the men's physique Mr. Olympia. That's just, wow, that was incredible, man. Like, that's, like I said, there's a lot of really good stories, man. Just 10 years to finally, and you kept doing, kept grinding, kept moving up that ladder to finally get it. That's incredible. Like, 2023 was a lot of people's years. It was my year. It seemed like it was a lot of people's years, man. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, it makes me excited to compete again. I know it took so much time off before, but I know I've mentioned briefly, but I would love to see if I could be an IFBB pro bodybuilder. Not open, but like Classic physique pro bodybuilder. Dude, like, could y'all imagine? That'd just be like a whole new journey, you know? Like, now granted, I'm thinking about doing one pro season. I think I owe it to myself to do one pro season completely natural, you know, to do as many shows as I want, you know, to really just cap off, to see like where I'm at, and to get into that conditioning that I've always wanted to. And then I'm thinking at like that 30, you know, hit 30, just go all gung-ho, you know, like give it my all. I think that seems like a pretty cool thing, man. Like, I don't know, it's like natural bodybuilding's fun. I love it to death. It's been there for me. But goodness, the new journey that would be bestowed, you know, ahead of me, you know, to aim for the Olympia. Like, and I'm not saying I got the genetics to win the Olympia or even win the Arnold or, you know, or even a pro show. But if I could become a pro and make it to that stage, or make it to the Arnold Classic stage, like, that's pretty phenomenal. Like, that to me would just be, gosh, it'd be a blessing, man. It'd be so neat. I don't know, guys. I love bodybuilding so much, man, and for a long time I feel like deep down I've always wanted to have an imprint in bodybuilding. I really have. Whether I owned a gym and I really promoted bodybuilding naturally and enhanced, and I'm just not sure if me staying natural can really make a big imprint in the industry like I really want to, man. I really want to get to the point where I could just motivate and get people into bodybuilding and get people training, you know, and get people excited about it, you know. That'd be so cool, man. I don't know. It's a lot in my mind right now. And of course, I got this new journey with this incredible person too that she also bodybuilds. It's just super cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of the best of both worlds. I'm just so happy. I feel silly for being such a Debbie Downer in previous videos. I do. But like I think I've reiterated in the past, I don't think it had anything to do with my belonging. I think I was in search of something, and I wasn't being patient. You know, I wasn't. And it's amazing when you put yourself out there, right? You put yourself out there, and dude, I'm just so happy. Oh man, and it's man, I can't stop smiling, man. Which is good. I'm glad I had that little winner, like that little like villain arc, right? I'm glad about that. Very good. Oh heck, I've also been thinking super heavily on tattoos, man. I know, it's just horrible for bodybuilding. I know. Oh man, they got a hand sticking out of their darn car. Some of them Halloween hands. Oh, that's creepy. That's cool. But no, I mean, I still want to get a tattoo, man. I'm thinking I really want to get like a half sleeve, like on my forearms, on both of them. And I know it's just horrible for bodybuilding. That's why I don't know if I'm gonna get anything like on my chest. Like if I decide to just go full-blown gym owner and not worry about competing again, which I don't see that happening, but if I stay, you know, I'm thinking just doing forearms for now. But man, I would love to get, like I said, some cool berserk tattoos. Like I was like, maybe like the wings of freedom. Like have like my little. I know it sounds silly to a lot of people, so I'm a very philosophical guy. But I also had a lot of influence from a lot of these animated characters, you know, or manga characters, as some would say. And I know it sounds silly and childish, but you got to think. I grew up in a very broken home, and I didn't have a whole lot of superheroes. I didn't have a lot of positive male role models in my life, and I always either stuck to like these iconic bodybuilders, action movie stars like Sylvester Stallone, or I looked into, like I said, these animated characters like Goku, or like some of these other guys. Like I love the Berserk mode, like Guts. Like that was like my guy. It just, and I know it seems silly, but some of the symbolism in some of those stories, just from based off these fictional characters, they gave me a drive, and they gave me a blueprint on how I wanted to be in terms of becoming the man that I am. I'm not saying that they were the end-all be-all for how I became, but I want to say that I learned so much valuable lessons that I couldn't have learned from any person because I didn't have that. So by having that on my, I don't know, man, it's almost like showing an appreciation, or it's like a reminder of like, hey, this right here was always an important part of me. And of course it looks cool, but I think some of the symbolism and some of that is just so, it's so incredible. And then I even thought about getting like some sort of stoic, like memento vivor, or I just can't even think. Just having something else in the others. Like I really love that, man. Just to keep me remembering some of the things that helped shaped me and molded me to the man that I am today. And like I said, it's not for everybody. It's definitely a very it's for bodybuilding modeling purposes, probably not very good idea. But that's why if I did do something, I think it would just be half sleeves. It'd be from like my wrist down to like maybe like right here. So like if I got like, you know, like Guts' sword or something like that with the with the brand of sacrifice, kind of like in the middle, it'd be like, you know, not like directly in the center. Zach told me that it'd be kind of off to the side, you know. And then I'd have like I said, the wings of freedom like on my wrist. I think that'd be some really cool stuff. And I don't think I'd do any colored tattoos. I think I would keep them pretty, I think just black and white. I think that looks really good. So they wouldn't fade as bad, I think. I think the colored tats look super cool, but I think over time they fade somewhat. But so yeah, that's my car confession, guys. I don't want to like, you know, overstimulate some of you guys, but I just want to thank you guys again for kind of hanging in the journey, man. I'm going to try to have some epic footage for my incredible bulk video for tomorrow. So I love you all. Thank you all for sticking with me. And the best is yet to freaking come. All right, guys. Natural Pro Bodybuilder Alex Walsh signing out.